I hate spoilers, and if you clicked on this video, you probably do too. Or maybe you just want to enjoy my suffering. Either way, this is the story of how ChatGPT spoiled one of the biggest twists in any story ever. And honestly, when I think about it, I just want to... Hi there, it's my inner consciousness speaking. I've temporarily stopped time so that I don't destroy all my belongings. It was a particularly bad spoiler, so I'm just gonna let myself calm down outside the space-time continuum. But buckle up, because this is gonna be a fun one. Well, fun for you. Alright, I've calmed down now and probably ready to tell the story, but please keep in mind there might be some rage blackouts on the way. All of this began when I decided to start reading fiction again. Ever since childhood, I had been quite a big reader, but after high school, for some reason, I just stopped reading fiction, and it was something that had been bothering me, and so I decided to try and jump back into it. And guess which genre I chose? Mystery. Now you have to understand, as a textbook overthinker, when I'm starting something new, I have to consider all the options, and so looking for the book to start took quite a bit of time, which is what makes this whole thing so much worse. I considered Sherlock Holmes, I considered some modern new mysteries that I haven't really heard of, but eventually I settled on the author. I decided to go with Agatha Christie, whatever you prefer, don't get mad at me. I had already watched Murder on the Orient Express, which was one of her books turned into a movie. Great plot, and great plot twists as well, so I wanted to use that to bring myself back into the love of reading with something spicy. I'm not kidding when I tell you I spent days considering my options, going through my preferences, trying to see which books would be interesting enough to hook me, but not so long that I wouldn't finish them. I really wanted to give this comeback to books a fair shot. Eventually I settled on this one. Oh my god, how I hate you now. The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. Sounds like a fun title, and it really seemed to be a fun book. I started reading it, and to make sure that I complete it, I took it in small bits at a time. You can really tell that I'm trying to make sure nothing goes wrong on this comeback to fiction. And so I start reading like 1 or 2 chapters a day. And slowly, while the setup is happening, I'm starting to get more interested. Usually the setup is what bores me when I'm trying to get back into reading books. As I get to around chapter 5, I can tell that the murder must be close, and the book starts to get a lot more interesting. Now you have to understand, this story is told in the first-person perspective, and the narrator is not the detective. It's one of the other people involved in this murder mystery. Now, I've always had an interest in stories. They're one of my life's greatest passions. I love consuming them, I love experiencing them, I love dissecting them. Sometimes I even love creating them. And as I was going through this book, I started to have, that passion come up again about creating them. And I had this idea, this flash of an idea as I was starting to get more interested in the story. It was for the plot of my own murder mystery story. And the main part of the idea was the plot twist where the murderer gets revealed to the reader. I was so excited when I came up with this because I was like, oh my god, that's sick. That's such an amazing plot twist. I would feel so amazed if I read that and then I found out that's how it happened. And in my excitement, I make a mistake that is very common. I fail to do something that is very important, which is think. As soon as I have the idea, I rush over to my phone, pull up ChatGPT, and tell it my idea. And I write, has this idea ever been done? Has this ever been, put into any mystery novel ever? And I press enter, and when I see the results, I lose my mind. My heart drops. I don't even know what to think, say. I feel so just depressed. Now let me just simulate the conversation for you. I'll read verbatim what happened. This is my prompt. I just had an idea, and I wanted to make sure that it hasn't been done. Has anyone ever written a murder mystery, whodunit style, where the narrator, who is also a character, who, like in all the other ones, is just a part of everything, and builds trust with the reader because he's the one narrating it. And what actually happens at the end, it's revealed that the narrator is the one who committed the murder. And to this, ChatGPT replies, "Yes, this kind of twist has been done, though it's relatively rare and can be executed in different ways. The most famous example is the murder of Roger Ackroyd by Agatha Christie, where the narrator is revealed to be the murderer." I just, at this moment, I could not believe what I had done. At this point, I didn't even know what to do with myself. I had spent days, more than a week, crafting the perfect comeback to fiction for myself. Building slowly, not, going too fast and getting bored. I was in it. I was invested, and I just threw it all away for the stupidest reason possible. I had no idea what to say to myself after that. I just wrote the day off. I did nothing else that day. I was just so annoyed with myself. It's actually really funny to see the chats that I sent ChatGPT after that, because I just started screaming at it and was pissed, and I told it that I was reading the book, and it's kind of funny. I'll just put it up on the screen here right now if you want to pause it. But yeah, I mean, that's the story of how ChatGPT spoiled one of the greatest plot twists ever. Though there is one good thing that potentially came out of this. After, recovering from my horrifying traumatic incident, I still had another idea for a mystery novel, and I asked ChatGPT about it, and it said it had never been done before. And so if this video gets, I don't know, 30 likes, yeah, I'd say if it gets 30 likes, then I'll, in the future at some point, write that story and maybe do some kind of content alongside it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and like the video if you want to see my shitty story come to life. I'm not going to write a book, obviously, but yeah, like and subscribe if you want to see more videos, and thanks for watching. Seriously, I appreciate it. Thank you.